So it is 7:02, and we can bring the meeting to order. I'll take roll call. I'm Heather Getz.
Diane
And we
Mead.
also have Diane and Chad Alfeld. I'd like to start with application 21-06 of Andrew and Heidi Golden, owner of a certificate of appropriateness to install bluestone chimney roof caps at the property located at 57 East Weetalk Street. Okay, I just had something come up on my screen. Is everything being recorded okay, Laura, or do I have to begin again? Okay.
You are all set. I just wanted to make sure we were recording it also for the clerk, so.
Okay, perfect. So beginning with the application, I don't know if Heidi and Andrew, if you're really interested in presenting much. You know, I went through your application. It seems pretty cut and dry to me. I don't have any questions for you, but I don't know if Chad or Diane do.
No, it looked pretty straightforward.
Okay, Chad, do you have any questions?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure out a new camera here. No, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't on the camera.
Okay.
I didn't need to say much. It is pretty straightforward. But I just wanted to clarify one thing that was in the one-page summary that Laura, that you sent out today with the proposed motion, and under staff comment, it said on here the proposed caps are approximately 34 inches by 44 inches and will match the current chimney bricks and color and style. And I just wanted to clarify that the pillars, the 6 pillars on each chimney, will be brick matching in color and style. The caps themselves are bluestone, so they will not be brick. Now, we're happy to answer any other questions, but if there are none, we don't have any additional comments from what's in our application.
Okay. Does anyone else have any additional questions based on that staff recommendation change? No? Okay, so we can close the public portion of this if you're okay with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So Chad and Diane, do you have much discussion for this application?
Nope. It looks, again, pretty straightforward.
No,
perfect.
I appreciate when the wind doesn't blow. That's when you really have a problem. I appreciate it all too well. I understand. Oh, Heather's frozen, I think.
Heather, you froze again.
Yeah.
I wonder, do any of us have Heather's number? Maybe we should call her.
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm telling her.
Okay.
Hello?
We can hear you now, Heather, but you're frozen on screen. Wondering if you should come in by phone.
Sometimes I've noticed if you turn off the camera, you still have audio. I'm sure she'll be back with us shortly.
Yeah. The joy of technology.
Here we go.
When it works great, right?
She's moving.
All right. Heather, you're on mute, which you may intend to be or may not.
Hello?
There you
Now
go.
we can hear you.
Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. I tried to move. I'm out of town, and so it says I have full bars, but I'm not certain what's happening. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to make a motion, if that's okay,
Yes.
to approve application 2106 of Andrew and Heidi Golden, owner for a certificate of appropriateness to install. So let me get the correction here. So it's to install the bluestone caps, bluestone rain caps. Is it 6 pillars in addition?
Correct. There's on each, there's 2 chimneys, and on each chimney, there'll be 6 brick pillars and 1 cap.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, great. So the motion is to approve application 2106 of Andrew and Heidi Golden, owner for a certificate of appropriateness to install 6 brick pillars with 1 bluestone cap on the chimney at property located at 57 East Weetock Street.
Just
On
one
each
correction,
chimney.
there's 2 chimneys.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Or you could just say
Okay.
as submitted.
As submitted. Is anyone available to second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And so the application passes for 2106.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we disconnect at this point?
Yep, you don't have to stay for
Yes.
the rest of the meeting.
Okay. And are we good to go like as early as tomorrow or Monday? Do we need to wait for the written?
I will get you the certificate of appropriateness. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Will you
Okay,
be around?
great.
Okay.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay, so our next application is application 2107 of Robert McCusker, owner for a certificate of appropriateness to remove and replace the roof on the house and porch with asphalt roofing to match the newer section at property located 45 East Weetock Street.
And you know what? I'm not seeing the applicant for that.
Yeah, I don't-
Mr. Livingston and Rory are both part of our consultants. I believe I misspoke earlier, but they were notified. I don't know if you want to go ahead and proceed with the application or if you had any questions for them and to see if they come a little bit later and continue on with our actual consultant. In the meantime, make a motion to amend the agenda.
I mean, from what I looked at of the application, it looks like a regular asphalt roof that's being replaced, but I don't know if it's better to have them here. Diane and Chad, what do you think?
I don't, it looked like it's matching part of what's already existing, correct? So yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I don't know if we need to have them here if people have questions.
It may make sense to have them here just if we need any clarification. I don't know. What do you think, Chad?
Chad, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to take another look at the application. And I'll admit, I don't know what Laura, I think you said we don't need the applicant, but that seems unusual.
It was a duly noticed public hearing. It's beneficial to have them here. We have done it before without applicants being present. It's entirely up to the commission. If you prefer, you can absolutely table it.
Sorry, I just want to take. So Is our understanding is it's really just the porch roof they're looking to replace?
It says the house as well.
The house as well, to match what existing shingles that they have. Grab the correct file.
Yes. So it's the entire roof? So when we say replace and match, I guess I'm not sure what's being replaced and what's being matched.
I was going to say, it looks like there's some of the roof is already there that they're keeping. There, so
Yeah, I think we should
see
be,
what's the newest part.
yeah, what is it?
I'm leaning towards tabling it just to get a
Yeah.
little more clarification.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Okay. Okay, so we'll table this application.
Do we need a motion to do that?
And can we read it into the record as well, open the public hearing and table it to the next meeting?
Oh, okay.
Unless
okay,
you don't want to.
so. Okay, so I need to open it to the public right now? Okay.
Oh, just open the public
So-
hearing, read it into the record, and then have a motion to table it to the next regular scheduled meeting.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to open to the public application 2107 of Robert McCusker, owner, for a certificate of appropriateness to remove and replace roof on house and porch with asphalt roofing to match the newer section at the property located at 45 East Weehawken Street. And with us unable to ask questions, I would like to make a motion to table the application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Should we move on to the handbook update, or are we looking to approve our minutes first? I guess we'll move to the handbook update. Okay, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I know it's been a while.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having us. Ken and I are both on. I think a few weeks ago, Laura posted the link to the updated handbook document, and Diane and Heather, thank you. I incorporated your comments into that file. And I think this was just meant to be just kind of like a final sign off, make sure you guys were good with it, and then we'll get you the PDF document. I did have a couple of small little questions I wanted to get further clarification from you guys on. And Heather, you had a comment about, and I know this has came up too, maybe getting some different photos of the signs that are out there, the historic handbook sign. I know there was talk that it was going to be painted at some point in the future. If that has happened and you have a different picture, any pictures, we're happy to swap anything out before it's finalized. If you have better photos that you'd like us to use.
The one that I had noticed at the time was the corner of Riverside and the intersection of Riverside and East Weehawken Street, and it had some ivy growing on it, but they've since taken it down, and now the paint on it looks similar to the photo you have there. So I think without the kind of ivy that was running over it, they all look about the same at the moment, unless Diane or Chad, would you say?
Unless they're going to go out and paint real quickly, but that's another discussion.
Yeah, I can't imagine with winter coming up soon. So then the only other thing that I had a question about, and if you guys have it up, that's great. If not, if there's a way I can share my screen with you. If that.
Screen sharing should be enabled, so.
Okay, great. Yeah. So there was one we included, and this is something that was different than your old handbook. We included kind of a checklist of requirements. And this is one thing I had, will need to be updated based on committee input. I just want to be sure before we get the final sign off that you guys are okay with this. Maybe this is something that could be looked at one final time just to ensure that it captures everything that you, I went through and tried to make sure that everything from your handbook, the existing, the older handbook, this matched up with that, but I just want to be sure. This is meant to just kind of help people show what they need to bring with them when going for different types of modifications to their property. So maybe this is something that, I don't know if you want to take a week or two to just confirm that I got everything right. If you're good with it, great, and we'll leave it. If there's changes that need to be made, happy to make those and get you the final document. I'm happy if you don't think this is helpful, like, as I said, this wasn't in your previous handbook. If you want to leave this out, we're happy to, just take that right out of there. Really up to you guys. Any thoughts on how we should handle that?
I mean, I'm okay either way. If it needs further review, it feels pretty straightforward. But certainly appreciate if we need a little bit more time with it. And to be clear, these aren't really requirements per se, right? They're kind of suggestions.
Yeah, kind of thing,
Yeah.
to kind of help people coming forward to you folks, with their applications. Exactly.
Yeah, I think we've, discussed this in the past with some applicants, encouraging them to bring as many supporting documents as possible. So, and if this is giving them an idea of what they should or can be bringing, as, to Chad's point, it's not a requirement, but it's to their benefit to give us as much info as they can. That's applicable, because not all of this will be applicable to any one application.
Yeah.
So may I make a suggestion here? If we're going to go ahead with that, just change the title from submission requirements to supporting materials up top, maybe?
Yeah, we could do that.
If the commission's okay with that.
Yeah, no, Laura,
Yeah.
thank you. I
Yeah,
agree.
great.
Because
Okay.
again, I don't think it's a requirement. And in essence, we're not being held to it either. It's not as if we can't ask for more.
Correct.
Okay, we can, yeah, that's great. And then, provides, I think it provides some guidance, but not the end all be all of what they need. So, okay, great. All right. Well, if there's any other last changes we should be making here, I think our intent was to, after this meeting, package you up the final PDF so you can have it. And we won't be printing any copies. I think in this day and age, you'll probably, I would imagine, post it to your website and have it available for, residents. Ken, did you have anything you wanted to add, or just
No,
closing thoughts? Anything? It was a nice project. We really enjoyed working on it with you guys.
yeah, those are gonna be my closing comments if there were no other.
It probably took you a little longer than originally anticipated.
Yes, thank you so much for working with us through, our own changes and things.
Sure,
So,
yeah, and COVID, nobody expected COVID and everything else, so
Yeah.
it's been a crazy.
Yeah, it
Crazy.
was a long time ago.
Yep.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
I think this is a nice updated handbook to fit with the time, especially from where we were in the last.
Great, thank you, and thank you too that I know Laura worked with you guys on updating the history of Simsbury, and that was something that was nice to have that updated for you guys. So that's good.
I just
Great.
did a word search, so
Uh-oh.
we appreciate that, Laura.
Times change. We'll just say that. Times definitely have changed since that section was written originally.
That was written a long time ago.
All right, great.
No,
So, Laura, I guess-
looks fantastic.
Oh, good. Happy with it. That's great.
Yeah, thank
You're
you
going to
so
miss
much.
us.
We feel we leave the communities we work in between living nearby and doing things, but there's always new projects that come out. So hopefully we'll see you soon in some capacity.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a nice
so much.
night. Hello. though.
So I have
Okay, so
one
that's great.
question with that, Heather. Do you
Yeah.
want to open it up to a public hearing for any of the handbook changes or a public workshop at all? Just to make sure there's no public input before we absolutely finalize that?
So put it out to the residents and the public to see it.
Yeah, even,
Yes, I think that's actually a good idea, just to have a final public.
it's a way to
look
let
at
them
it.
know that we're changing a little thing substantively. We're not changing all that much. It's mostly was just to clean up as far as pictures were concerned, updating it to be a little bit more relevant to times.
So how would they gain access prior to the public?
So I can post it
Meeting.
on the commission website, on the town website, on your guys' page as a document for handbook changes. And we can either do it, it's up to you, as far as a public workshop or a public hearing in which you guys can adopt your new handbook.
I mean,
Is there a way to let the people in the district know that this is even happening?
If we open it to a public hearing, there's the abutter notifications that will go out that actually, I believe you've gotten one from me before. It's a mailing to everyone in the district. I believe we did it in the beginning of this process.
Mhm, we did.
Okay. Just to let them know what we were working on. We had public workshops on it previous to this, but now that we kind of have a final document.
And do we do it as part of a regular scheduled historic district meeting?
You could absolutely do it that way.
That's a question. That was a question.
It's probably best to do it during your regular meetings and not have a special meeting just for it. I don't foresee us having very many applications between now and I shouldn't say that, but construction season's kind of winding down.
yeah, I guess I would suggest between the two options, just doing it as a public hearing, not as a workshop. Because to me, I read into that something, they're two different things. I don't think you're looking to workshop this. And if we post it,
So you're saying it's just more to get questions or input from residents?
I think you're just advising them that you've done this project and you've revised the document, and this will be the document going forward. And if there's public comment about it, you're opening it up to the public for any comment, but not as a workshop. And I would suggest that, Laura, if we're posting it, right, we obviously want to make access available to it, that we have the prior handbook available as well. And I know that's currently on the website, so I'd make sure they're both available. And I think we've said there's no substantive change in the document, right?
There was the addition of that chart that you mentioned tonight, but as far as the rest of it, it was pretty much just dressing it up a little bit. I know a lot of photographs were added that weren't currently in it. A lot of examples were given. We wordsmithed the history section as far as just editing certain things.
Yeah.
But we didn't change the history of Simsbury.
So I agree with that. With Chad's comments on that, making a hearing rather than a workshop, and also having them both available to access so that people can see what it was, what it will be.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Did you want to
So
schedule
should we-
that for your December 2nd meeting, or?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay, great. So moving on to the approval of the minutes from October 7th, 2021. I just had one comment from it on line 80. It reads kind of oddly to me. It says, Miss Mead approved with Heather Getz and Chad Allfeld denied. And it doesn't really have any comments.
I can definitely look at that again. I believe it was supposed to say that the positive or the yay was Miss Mead and Chad and you were a nay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so perfect if that could just kind of get clarified.
mhm.
And other than that, I didn't notice anything else. I don't know if Chad or Diane had.
No, look good.
Nope, my name's spelled right.
I can't hear that.
Sorry. Gotta have
Got a little scarred there, huh, Chad?
No, just gotta have a little fun.
Okay, so I'm happy to make a motion to approve the minutes from October 7th, 2021 with the amendment of line 80 to read Miss Mead approved. And Miss Getz and Chad all felt denied.
Sounds good.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. So hopefully we'll see the application 2107 back in December, as well as the handbook hearing, and that should be good. Do we have any other things to discuss before we make the motion to adjourn? Okay, great. I'll make a motion to